Hello and welcome back to Survival Records. So, I've got a bit of a sandstorm here, and I think today I am going to focus on getting a small atmospheric-based mining ship. And in order to do that, I'm going to fix up my little connection doohingy thing here. Because battery-powered atmospheric miners don't last that long. And so I want to have it powered by hydrogen engines. And the source of hydrogen that I want to use is all of the hydrogen in all of the tanks in here on the Guardian. And, means I'm going to have to get it out of there somehow, and that means I need to put a battery on this so that I can power the hinges and the pistons to align it properly to then, connect. I guess I could try and build a connector close enough to that it would then connect, because you can connect them without power and then it would provide power. But I don't... let me think about that. It's kind of... I guess I could line it up a little bit better. Let me putz around with it a little bit and see how I feel about it. And yeah, I'll bring you back in a bit. Alright, I have spent far too long putzing around with this, trying to drop a connector onto like a little platform right next to it, trying to place a block in the ground to build it up perfectly. It's too much of a headache, too much of a like, you'd have to get it perfect. I don't have to get it perfect. I just have to engineer it. So here we go. Let's plop that there. And I'm going to drop off that one. Let's pull up a small head. And yeah, and now I can get a battery on here. And that's all I need is a small battery. Because all I really have to do is maneuver these things a little tiny bit, and the small battery is the most cost-effective way of getting that to happen. I'm going to then, I guess, have to weld up at least... Oh, actually, I think I might have to redesign this. I might need that arm to be able to drop it down more, because really that's... Yeah, I have to take the... Here we go. This conveyor block I need to have be here, and then this hinge I need to have connected to the side so that the arm can move up and down more, because it is pretty well lined up this way. Yeah. Alright, well, some more redesigning, but that I know will work. Trying to get a block to get into the ground right there perfectly. Yeah, it just never did. Alright, I'm gonna weld these things up, and I'll show you how it works when it's done. Alright, and with this, everything's on again. Alright, I'm right at the border of where I can breathe without my helmet sometimes. Helmet off. But then if I actually go up into the ship, I need the dang helmet. But that's only sometimes. Sometimes when the wind's blowing, it's better. Gah. Sound like Darth Vader when I've got the helmet on, so... I try to not. Alright, so those are now powered, which means I can get rid of this block here. Yeah. Alright. First things first. Let's get this hinge velocity up a bit. Alright, that looks... could probably drop it down a bit, but let's drop this first. Come on. Velocity, not too far. Okay. Down like that. Alright. And that's looking good that way. Just needs to push out a smidge. I think I need to cut down grind and claim that connector, because that should connect. Yeah, okay. Now it'd be silly to try and bounce and do it. Oh, wait, I can do this. Watch. That should be good enough. Yeah, that's close. And... look at that, ready to connect. Alright, now I can use this as an umbilical to all that hydrogen, all that electricity, and I'll work on building out a little a work pad, a work area to build a that Atmo miner. Alright. Cool. Let me get to laying this out, and I'll bring you guys back. So, I realize that I probably don't need a whole lot of space for this, you know, construction pad here, workshop, work pad, whatever you want to call it. So, let's not go crazy. You know what? Yeah, let's put these in here, and then that way I can just use that hinge there to connect and build off of, instead of needing something brand new. But yeah, that's my thought process. Let me get to work on it. Yeah, and I brought out a bunch of components and stuff. So let's see how many of these I can weld up. Because that's the other thing, is I don't want to build too much of a giant, you know, workshop area out here when I don't have a source of resources, of pieces, parts. Steel plate. Oh, that's one of the pieces. Okay. So yeah, I'll work on just this tiny little pad first, and then let's get that atmospheric miner working. Alright, and this, I think, is the final trip where I brought all the resources that I have collected and are loose back to a container here outside where the work is to be done. Now, I know that this leaves it a little more vulnerable to being, you know, destroyed, blown up, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know. Maybe it won't be okay at all, and I'll regret it really bad. But we'll see. Yeah, okay. Cult angler there kept its distance. Never got closer than 3 kilometers, 3.5 kilometers. So, well, let's see. I have claimed that refinery. I've moved everything out of these boxes. This one has a little bit of sundry stuff. Oh, computer. My core things there, and then the assembler in here. Just the resources. Now, can I... the refinery... transfer... no, it won't. It's disappointing. I wonder what's on the other side of the assembler. So... there, up into there. Don't necessarily want to deal with destroying that gyroscope while I'm exploring. Well, there's another cargo container. And looks like there's some things there. I don't have to claim conveyor ports, but I do have to claim cargo containers. Is that another one on the other side of it? Or is that a... I think that's another one over there. Oh, hey, this one had solar cells in it. Oh, and some ammo. Nice. Let's get the ammo over to where the guns are. And I'll bring the solar cells out to my little box out here. Oh, great. Sandstorm blowing in. Oh. I'll build a ramp eventually, I'm sure. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get to designing my miner, atmospheric miner. And yeah, I'll build it right off of that that spot there with the battery. We'll see how it goes. See if I need any more raw materials. If I do, I can sacrifice a few more parts off of the ship here and reforge them if I need to. So yeah, let me get to that, and I'll bring you guys back when I've got something to show. Okay, been welding this up. I had an idea. All of these resources are really deep in the ground. Now, normally my tactic is to get, angle in a little bit and then kind of go down at like 45-degree angles so that I don't have to, it makes it easier than going straight down. Because going straight down, you have to worry about having your thrust be enough facing forward to carry you. Because usually your drills are facing forward as well, so gotta angle there. How about this? What if I use a hinge and a hinge mechanism, maybe hinge and merge block mechanism, so that I can have the drills facing forward when I want to drill out a resource and collect it. But then when I'm trying to drill the punch hole to get down to it, I have the drills rotate straight downward so that I can just, go over the resource and then go straight down to it. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to redesign this and go for it. I'm glad I didn't waste the batteries, because I might have to remove those or replace those. Oh, I might even want to... Ooh, I might want to connect to there, because then I could conceivably get hydrogen and do it hydrogen power instead of just battery power. Ooh, this is a It's turning into a bigger project, bigger concept than I started off with. But I guess I still ought to do it. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start grinding this up. I'll bring in... Oh, boy. Okay, well, that was... Ouch. Ouch. I'm bringing you guys back. Alright, so first things first, I need to make sure that my whole little theory about stealing the hydrogen out of the ship is going to work. So let's finish building these. And set that tank for, alright, we want to lock it, okay. And, hey, look at all of that. Alright, oh, actually, you know what, I don't, just in case something happens, I don't want to steal it all by mistake. So, this is my idea. I'm going to use a hydrogen tank to fuel it. I guess I'm gonna be instead of an atmospheric miner, it's gonna be a hydrogen-based miner. Cause I've got a lot of hydrogen in this ship. Critical. Oh, and I may as well use it. And if I do that, then hydrogen thrusters are more powerful than an atmospheric thruster. And, you know, conceivably, I can actually use it to go up into space. Maybe? We'll see. I think I'm definitely going to have it focused on atmospheric capabilities. So it's not going to have the, you know, the typical omnidirectional thrust that a spacecraft would need. It's going to have mostly down thrust and a little bit of you know, forward, back, left, right. And then have those articulated arms where they can drop down and you can do a punch hole. So the idea is I need to keep the form factor of it to be somewhat tight, you know, not have it be about as long as it is tall, so that I can manage to do the drilling using just the arms the way that they are. And I think I got to work on designing that now. So here we go. Alright, so here's the core of it. Believe me, it's not much, but it took me a while to figure this out. Cockpit, directly attached to the tank. And here we're going to have the two conveyor ports, the hinge, one extension so the drill bits move a little bit further forward. And then that's it. And that'll be the majority of the mechanism. But in order to save the durability on that hinge part for when I'm actually doing the drilling, because the drills shake and move around, and then those hinge parts end up getting damaged, I'm going to attach a merge block to the top of the drill there, facing to the back of the ship. And then I'll have another piece with just solid blocks, armor blocks, etc., to another merge block, splicing the two of them there together. And then that'll turn this into a single piece, solid piece, and it will make the structure more reliable. The opposite end of that is then there's going to be some additional structure built onto the back of the drill pieces here, where there'll be another merge block facing, when they're in this orientation, facing backward, so that when I then detach that merge block and rotate the hinge backwards and up, it'll then meet up with another merge block back in here facing down. So then it'll lock in place there, and I can fly over and drill a hole. Now, here's hoping I can get this all to work. I think it will work. It should work, because there's 1, 2, 3 blocks there, and there's 1, 2, 3 blocks there. So I have 2 blocks of room here to go to the back here before the drill will end. So the drill's going to end. Right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, wait. Okay, because it's going to be rotating. So that point there is going to be directly below that point there. So then I'm going to have 3 blocks back to here. So the back of the drill is going to be here, which means I want the downward facing merge block to be in this location. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, and then I can use the bottom here to where I can put the thruster. And the thing that I don't have here that I would have preferred is a bunch of storage for what I've been drilling. But I could conceivably put that in a small blocks, lots of small blocks. Where are they here? So like this block here is 3 by 3 by 3, so that's 27 cubes. If I put 27 of these little blocks on here, like say if I line the roof with these, then it will conceivably hold the same quantity of material as one medium container does. And then I still have the room inside the connector and the room inside the drills to do all of the mining. But like, I think I might end up needing to, so I don't keep wasting a bunch of fuel, I might set up little deposit or depots at the entrance to each of the mines, where all I have to do is fly down, drill, fly up, and then empty. And then from there, I can then use like a rover, like a hauling truck, to get it back here to where I do all the work. Or maybe even down in the ground. That could do it too. We'll see. Let's finish this first. See, this is why I need to get this miner up and running, because I am having to disassemble these metal grids that I've scavenged off of this ship in order to make nickel, so that I can actually then make battery parts, power cells there. So, yeah. Let's get this moving. Let's get this project finished. I have put a tray of blocks and containers. So this is where I'm going to store the ore, mostly, is in these types of situations. Thrusters facing down here, and then I can get some, side thrust going out here. Probably won't put a thruster there because I'm going to have a block here doing that whole merge block whammy jammy. Yeah, it's coming along. Anyway, let me get those batteries on, and then I can get them charged up. Turns out you don't really need very many. Here, let's show you what I mean. The batteries. So I've got these small batteries here. They put out up to 50 megawatts of power. They store, or 50 watts of power. They store 200 kilowatts. And the drills use a max required input is 2 kilowatts. So hopefully these batteries that I have, the batteries I'm putting on here will be sufficient. If they're not sufficient, then I'll be awfully disappointed. And yeah. Oh, okay, good. I was gonna say that'd be very frustrating if they weren't mirrored properly and I messed that up, but it looks like we're good. All right, more welding. Apparently, I have to make a solar panel in order to unlock the file for merge blocks. Let's see if I have what I need. I think I found those solar cells earlier. Oh, my G menu must be full of things that I don't have on there. Oh, 2 of them. Yeah, I don't need to make 2 of them. All right. What? That is like the 3rd time that that's happened. Some sudden burst of music when I'm grinding something down. It is very startling. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to start placing those merge blocks. I guess I could take you guys along with me for that. Probably need some of those. Maybe some of those. No. Our merge blocks on here. And now I want and here, but facing the other direction. Right. So now those 2 will lock or unlock. And then on this side of things, we can have a block going that way. Now, that's going to be at the same level on the bottom of this. And it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in between. Starting there. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in between. And here, we'll get that block facing down. And that should rotate back, and I can lock it there. Alright, and then I'll just do the same thing on this side, and bring you back in a minute. I think I've just discovered a flaw in my plan. Well, yeah, and just thinking it out loud right now, I've realized I can adjust it. So, okay, here we go. I tried using merge blocks, but merge blocks would make it so that the drill grid was the same as this grid. But they're being separated currently by the hinge, which is making that a subgrid. So it can't be both a subgrid and and part of the main grid at the same time. Like, the hinge won't allow it. So instead of merge blocks, if I use landing gear. The landing gear will lock the subgrid in place, but it won't require it to change type of grid. There we go. Let me redesign and do that. So it looks like if you're just a tiny smidge above where the above the evens, it'll go to where it needs to go. And I bet if I could have it set up so I have a timer block on here and have it be where the first thing that turns the timer block, the first thing it does is reverse the speed of the hinge, and then it switch locks the pads there. I could then have it set to be an automatic lock. That could be interesting. Let's okay, we'll pretend it's gonna come back, and let's go here. Auto lock. Let's turn auto lock on, and let's see what happens. It locked. And that's pretty close to facing straight forward for my purposes. And the lock is binding those two together, which basically means the velocity there is pointless. Yeah, and then you could reverse the velocity there. And if you go in here and switch lock. Oh, wait. I was going the wrong direction. But you get my idea. All right, I'm going to set up the rest up like that, and let's get this thing flying, because I have to get it flying in order to get that part working. All right, cool. I'll bring you guys back in a bit. All right, I have been over this thing back and forth several times, and I think it's finished-ish. I mean, it's not finished. It's not perfect. Like, I want to strengthen this connection point through here, have it be running across the top. I want to get a another pipes sorter system, everything. I want to get ejectors for stone, and I want to get 3 more side thrust. I only have 2 side thrusts, 1 in each direction. And I'd like to get 4 in each direction and a bunch in the bottom. But you know what? I said, let's get this thing flying. So let's do that. We are flying. And got rid of that. So now the only thing holding this up is the connection. Let's go in here. Let's get the batteries back up. Minor batteries. Let's go to auto so I can run things. Let's name the connector on the back, the connector for the miner. That's most easily done here. Rear. I don't anticipate there being more than one, but good to know. Alright, let's... wrong button. Get the connector miner here. Let's get this on the hotbar. And I want to switch lock on that. Now, I want to get the tank. Oh. I don't know which one is the large grid tank. Let's go with this hydrogen tank would be this one. Yeah, okay. Back here, I want the tank on stockpile on off. Let's go stockpile. Ooh, the suspense. And stockpile off. Let's turn on the dampeners and disconnect. Ooh, yeah. I am airborne. All right. Well, yeah. I don't want to go anywhere yet. I'm pretty happy with this. Those I guess I'm at 98%. So let's see. I threw an engine on the back just in case I needed to use it because it ran out of power. But let's see what happens if I throw these guys on. For some reason, that one's not the right one. That's the right one. Oh yeah, barely any. Barely any power usage when I do that. Alright, let's get myself... Yeah, see, I start knocking myself around. That's what I wanted those landing pads. That's why I wanted to have these subgrids locked in place. Alright. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode, because it's going to be a little lengthy, and I've finished this preliminary project. Now, I know it's kind of ugly. She doesn't have all the thrust she wants, and yeah, we're not going anywhere yet. So I will see you guys next time on Survival Records, and thanks for watching. You didn't think I was going to let you go before showing you this. Oh, that's so cool. I'm tickled that this works so well. And then I can go back to here and go back to the block tools. Drill down. Alright guys, I'll see you later.